Beloting Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Let's go live on YouTube, live on Facebook, and of course, live on your radio sets as well. The two-pot retirement system is now official after President Ramaphosa announced on Sunday that he had signed the Pension Funds Amendment Bill into law. The amendment, which resulted from pressure from the trade union movement, will allow fund members to withdraw a part of their pension fund savings before retirement. So joining us this morning on the show is Labour Analyst Michael Bagraim. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the Breakfast Rush once again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on air. I really appreciate it. It's an interesting topic.
It certainly is, and thank you for taking the time this morning. Can you give us an overview of the two-pot retirement system, and what is it?
Thank you. Yes, it sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple. And I must quickly tell you the background to this. As a Labour lawyer, obviously I get involved in many retrenchments, and I found over the last 2 years that people, when I say I need to retrench 30 people out of the 100 at the company, I then look at the consultation process. And for the first time over the last 2 years, I've never had to actually choose people. More than the 30 have always come forward saying, I want to go. And the reason I ask people, what's going on? Is it bad company? Is it horrible working here? And they all tell me they want to access their pension monies because they owe money. They have debt, and normally it's pressing. It's not a debt from an institution. It's a debt from a loan shark or whatever. And these people then tell me they can take their pension money, they can take whatever outstanding leave pay they've got, and also they can take whatever monies that are owing to them from the company, and then they can pay off their debt and they can at least move on. And I said, but what happens then? Where do you find a job? They said, we'll think about that at a later stage. So now that issue, we now have to try and stop that. And the trade unions were putting enormous pressure on government, especially COSATU, to say people must access their pension money instead of losing their job and then having nowhere to go, because you drop yourself into deeper and deeper trouble when you actually just walk out to go and access all your pension money. And I know people are desperate. I know people want to do things, want to buy things, pay off debt or whatever it is. Look, I did the same when I wanted to open up my law firm. I retired at the age of 35 and took all my pension money and put that into making a law firm, putting some books and furniture and whatever. Now, it's not the wisest thing to do. It isn't the wisest thing to do. And I'm not a advisor, an investment advisor. I don't have a certificate for investment advice, so don't take my advice entirely. But the two things we know about pension: you must start early, and all the advisors are telling us, and don't stop. Every month put in. Don't stop, even if you've got a difficult month. And then the third golden rule is don't touch it. So those are the golden rules. But I understand that life deals us with some bad arrows, and we need to actually take it. So government then, in their wisdom, said, how do we stop people retiring, volunteering for retrenchment, just resigning or whatever it is? And the only way we're going to stop them, because we know people want to grab their pension money, is to have a two-pot system. That's what it boils down to. In other words, that you can take some of your money out of your pension without leaving your job. And I'm begging people, don't leave your job. Let's wait. It comes in on the 1st of September. This year, the 1st of September, the president has promised it's going in, it's coming, it's going to be live on the 1st of September. There is a once-off. You can take money once off from them. You can take 10% of your monies immediately. There are problems with it. There are certain problems with that. It's taxable, first of all. And second of all, it might put you into a higher tax bracket. And then, of course, third, when you eventually do retire, you've now depleted some of your monies. So out of desperation, I know people resign, retire, walk out, whatever. Don't do it. Please hang on if you can. The Treasury had to do this balancing act. So from the 1st of September, they've said, all right, you can take, after the 1st of September, you can take 1/3 of your savings. There's two pots. Some of the money is put into a savings pot, and the other money is put into the pot of where you can access your monies to take 1/3 of that. Remember, it is taxable. Now, if you retire or if you're over 65, then you can get 520,000 Rand tax-free. So try and hold out if you can. I understand that people are saying that they can't hold out, or they try and get a loan from a bank, preferably not a loan shark, and wait for that 1st of September so you can access the 10%. The reality is, of course, the fiscus also gains because they think that when people actually access this money, come the 1st of September, they're going to take their 10%. It's going to put, what do they say, almost 20 million. It's going to inject 100 billion Rand into the economy. So it's good for the economy, not so good for the individual, but it'll put a lot of money into the fiscus. And of course, at the end of the day, the fiscus does need the money. As you know, we've now got the government of national unity, and they're doing some fantastic things. They want to invest. They want to get the economy going. And this is one way of getting some of the money out of the pension funds through the individuals, because they're going to get the money. The individual will get the money. They'll get taxed. The government gets the 100 billion Rand. And there we are. So the trade union movement are reasonably happy. They're not entirely happy, but they're reasonably happy that at least their members now will be able to access some of the money. So not a complicated business. Wait for the 1st of September. You can take 10% of your savings to pay off your debt. Thereafter, you're entitled to take money out of the second pot, and you can take up to 1/3 of the money saved in the second pot. So quite simple, and it does answer a plea from the people.
Absolutely. Now, you're listening in, and you're listening to Labour Analyst Michael Bagraim. Mr. Bagraim, you've answered in your answer to the first question. You've actually answered all of the questions that we lined up for you this morning. I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for the information as well.
Absolute pleasure. But try and hold on to your pension, even if you're desperate. Try and hold on. The idea is we're all going to get old. I'm there already. Please make sure that you've saved more than I have. So thank you.
Take care and have a blessed day, sir.
Thank you. You keep well.
That was Labour Analyst Michael Bagraim. It's interesting when he says maybe not so much of a bad idea. It's got a few kinks in it that need to be knocked out still, and I suppose they're going to continue working on it. But 1st of September, it's supposed to kick in. So let's wait for that. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they've knocked a few of the kinks out of the system and streamlined it a little bit better. Those of you that are watching, thank you for tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube as well. We're going to end this stream, and when we come back with Hangman.
Big City.